You want to do HYROX, she wants to do HYROX, he wants to do HYROX, your grandma wants to do HYROX, everyone wants to do HYROX. And I just did it in Barcelona, so let's get into it. Let's go, ladies! Oh, they're flying. Hey, I'm Heather. I'm from the US. I currently live in Spain. I'm an outdoor fitness, hiking, travel enthusiast. And since I just did my first HYROX, I thought I would share with you all what that was like for me in case you might be thinking about doing the same. I did women's open doubles in Barcelona with my friend Kylie, and we had an absolute blast. And I think if you're going out there to have fun, then this is the place for you. But if you're looking to be slightly more competitive, then of course it's also the place for you. I think that's what makes HYROX special for a lot of people, is that it's very welcoming and it's very accessible regardless of whatever your fitness level might be. Also, apologies, I think I picked the worst time of day and location to possibly film this, but it is my last day in Valencia, and I just wanted to be outside so you can say hi to the dogs in the background and hi to the construction happening over there. Let's get to the crux of it. Race day. Like I said, I did this with my friend Kylie from Valencia. She's actually from Texas, but we both met here. And she is a fast runner, so I knew that I wanted to keep up with her. That's why I was doing more speed training leading up to this, and I was mainly focused on that. I knew going into the stations that I would be fine, so my main focus was running, because I think people who might not have done HYROX before or maybe haven't done a lot of research about it, HYROX it's a running race. You're running 8 kilometers. In between each kilometer, you have a little station, but like at the end of the day, the main bulk of what you're doing is running. So that is what you have to prep for. I felt pretty good on all the stations, and I'm gonna get into that. But what was funny is that Kylie and I are both pretty type B personalities, which we discovered on race day, because we both were like, what is the station order? Do you know it? I don't know it. Does she know it? We were just like, what is the station order?
Burpee broad jumps, then it's the row, farmer's carry.
Figured it out, of course, but I can't say that we were 100% confident the whole time that we knew what was coming next. And I think going into Valencia in September, we're gonna have a little bit more work to do on our transitions, because I think our transitions kind of slowed us down a little bit, which is fine. We just went into this race to have fun. We weren't super competitive about it. We showed up. We thought it would be fun to wear matching outfits and do our hair together, and we just wanted to have a good time. And I think if you're gonna do this with that goal, it's great. And I think for that, I would recommend doubles. I think for me, if I did HYROX solo, I wouldn't enjoy it. One, I don't have that much to prove to myself as far as that goes. Like, I know I could do a HYROX, I think I could do a HYROX solo. I don't want to say I know. I just don't think I would want to do a HYROX solo, because I want to have fun, and I've always enjoyed team sports. I've played team sports my whole life, and that's what this felt like to me. If I did it by myself, I would just be singing in my head the whole time, and I would probably get really bored. So maybe that would make me go fast, because I'd be so bored that I want to get it over with. Eating on day of, we competed at 5 p.m., so it gave us all day to worry about what we were going to eat. I had a super large breakfast with like bagel, eggs, turkey, peanut butter, honey, all the stuff I wanted. And then I had rice and tuna a few hours before, and then I had another bagel, some more bananas. So I just kind of mixed things up throughout the day. And I was asking my friend Gracie, I was like, okay, when can I stop eating? When should I be eating? Because I really had no clue. I'd never tapered or prepped for a race like this before. I've done sprint triathlons in the past, and I've done sports my whole life, but I'd never really prepped for anything like this. So I had a lot of questions, and you know what? You don't get anywhere in life without asking questions. So ask away, my friends. We probably only warmed up about 10 to 15 minutes ahead of our start time, which I wouldn't recommend. Maybe you want to work out with your partner like a full 30 minutes ahead of time to kind of work on those transitions and get your body warm. But we were just honestly having too much fun in the bathroom doing our hair that we lost track of time, and that is okay. We got to the starting point when we needed to, and I think what we could have done is gone over the course a little bit better ahead of time, because we did run an extra lap on the first kilometer. We were a little unclear of if we enter on the third time we see it or the second time, and things just got a little lost in translation. So we did an extra lap. We had a moment of tension in the team. How do we get on the map? because we were just like, man, we wasted, I don't know, however long that took us, that extra lap, but we got through it. I honestly think because we ran the extra lap in the first place, it just made us go faster the rest of the time because we knew that we had to catch up. The whole time that we were racing, we were like, okay, we have to now catch up to all of these girls, and we did, which was great. Our final time was an hour 13. I was like, sorry, I was just watching a marathon thing and I was like, why is 2 hours? Yeah, an hour 13 is how long it took us. So imagine we would have shaved off like 2 minutes or, 2.5 minutes or something like that. Our next kilometer after that extra lap and after ski was a 4:39. So I think if we can keep it around there going into our next races in Valencia in September, that would be fantastic. Or maybe Valencia is in October. I think Valencia is in October and then Barcelona is in November. Guys, I'm all over the place today. So, pigeon, hi. The stations were interesting, and honestly, I wasn't prepped in the way I thought it was going to be for the stations, as in I thought that the ski was going to kind of kill me a little bit because it's not my favorite, and I was actually surprised at how gassed I got on the ski. But then I was really looking forward to the sled push because when I'm training, I love doing the sled push. And my friends told me that I was going fast, but I'm telling you, when I was doing the push, I was just thinking, there's no way I'm going to finish this race because I'm already tired. Like, the sled push really killed my legs. And then shockingly enough, I thought that the pool was going to hurt me, and the pool was like the easiest thing out of all of it. Same with the burpees. I thought the burpees were going to kill my soul and I was going to go to hell and be reincarnated or whatever you would say. But the burpees, I just flew through them. I was just like, you know what? I want to get these done. The rower, I was really looking forward to the row. I was so looking forward to the row because I love rowing. But day of, I struggled. I think it didn't help that like Kylie and I, like I said, we hadn't practiced any of those transitions. Also, whoever had teeny tiny feet had the feet set to the level 1. So our feet were misplaced the entire time. I tried to adjust it without losing time. And I think I just rode a little bit more than I was supposed to because we didn't transition at the appropriate meter mark. And by the time I thought about transitioning on the last time, we had 200 left, and I said, it just doesn't make any sense for me to get out of these straps and put you in. So I stayed, and farmer's carry, I thought I was gonna have a little break, but Kylie freaking flew through that, so I had to run to keep up with her. Lunges, I thought the lunges were gonna suck. Didn't mind them at all, they were fine. The judges are really strict. They were like, come up. I'm like, okay. And then on the wall balls, the judges were also super strict. She kept being like, bajo. And I was like, lady, my ass is on the grass. I can't go any lower if I tried. So can you please back up? They're just doing their jobs. They're all volunteers. But I was like, come on. Do you see these people next to me? So, sorry, I'm being mean. Everyone's really nice and really lovely. Also on the burpees, someone stepped on my friend's hand. And I'm really nice, but I thought I was gonna lose it. I thought, you have a whole lane. How are you stepping on other people? Just like, where is your sense of spatial awareness, lady? I gave her a really stern, possibly mean look, and I think she got the hint that I needed her to back up and get out of our space. I probably don't come across that mean, but I was trying to be mean in that moment. Finishing those final wall balls felt so good. I honestly thought that I was gonna be able to do 20 to 25 unbroken, and we were gonna switch maybe 4 times, but I got there and I couldn't even do 15. I was totally gassed. Like, I hit 15, I was like, this is my max, we have to switch, but flew through those, and then we got to the finish line. I think we were super happy with our time of 1:13 because people were asking me ahead of time, what's your goal? And I thought, I don't know, 1:25, because I did no research whatsoever. I didn't know what a good time was, what a bad time was. I just went in totally blind, and I was really happy that we got 1:13. I think for the next race, we can probably get that down to at least a 1:10, considering we'll take off the extra lap and we'll practice transitions a little bit more. And we just got to the finish line, and we're excited with what we'd accomplished. And it's a really fun feeling finishing a goal with a friend. So that's how I feel about doing it doubles. Maybe I'll do it singles in the future, but for now, do it there. I mean, I'm single in life, so I might as well do doubles when it comes to sports, right? Anywho.
Okay, so Kylie and I just finished our first HYROX. We separated, and I didn't really have my camera until now. I don't know what happened to my voice. We got 1:13. We ran an extra lap too. So imagine we didn't run that extra lap. It probably would have been, honestly, 1:10. have fun, have a good time. I realized I'm a little bit more competitive than I thought I was because there's a few times where I was like, move, person. But honestly, incredible time and I loved it.
Afterwards, hang out, stretch out, have a beer. There's nothing quite like having a beer after a hard race or a hard hike. That is for me and my personal preference. And yeah, go out there, have fun, and know that it's not that serious. Unless you feel like doing pros at some point, you don't have to be that serious about it unless you feel like being that way. I'm kind of just there for the plot and for fun. People ask me a lot what I do to train. To be honest, I haven't really stopped training at any particular time. I'm always doing something to keep my mind moving. For me, my ideal split is 2 to 3 days of weight training, 2 to 3 days of HYROX, whatever that kind of training looks like to you, and then a day or two in there that's consistent of a run. I think what helped a lot for me was doing speed runs towards, once I got closer to the actual HYROX time, doing those speed runs really helped increase my pace because I can do a long run, but I can't do a long run fast. And my partner runs really fast. Like, she runs the run club here in Valencia called Made for Social Run Club. Highly recommend you check it out if you're in town. And I see her pace and I was just like, y'all, I gotta keep up with her if I'm gonna drag her into doing this with me, because I asked her to join along. I recommend that you go to a gym that offers HYROX or hybrid classes. There really is no difference. If a gym offers HYROX classes, that just means that they are sanctioned from HYROX to be able to be a partner of HYROX. And other gyms who might not have that partnership will call their classes hybrid, but they're all gonna be along the same lines of a HYROX hybrid style. So whatever is in your neighborhood, whatever suits you, I say go for that. When I was training here in Valencia, I trained at Legend CrossFit. They had a mixture of CrossFit and HYROX classes. And then in Barcelona, in Poblenou, I trained at Tuluka CrossFit. I would go there more so for CrossFit classes. They also offer hybrid. And then when it came to HYROX training specifically, I really enjoyed going to DJAM, that's in Barceloneta, and Hybrid Academy, that is more in the Born area. And all of these classes, Tuluka, that's gonna be in Spanish, and then DJAM and Hybrid Academy, their classes are offered in English, but they do have instructors that speak Spanish, of course. And of course, if you feel like training on your own, then absolutely go for it. I just prefer to work out in a group setting because it keeps me accountable. And then also when it came closer to race time, I really needed those simulations of what was gonna happen on race day. I had no idea. So going to DJAM and going to Hybrid Academy for those simulations really gave me a perspective of what to expect on race day. And then I was also super appreciative that they offered a kind of tapering recommendation. So going into the race, you're not gonna wanna do your full capacity the week of because your body needs to rest, it needs to adjust and all of these things. Y'all, I don't know the exact science behind it, but you are gonna taper down. So you're gonna slowly, gradually kind of not do as much work leading up to race day. And then you're also gonna change your diet. So just implementing more carbs into that week before and implementing a lot more water so that your cells and everything feel really hydrated. And day of, you don't have to like chug a bunch of water because chugging water day of, you're gonna get a cramp. You're not gonna wanna use the restroom during your race because you're trying to fly through that, obviously. So you're gonna wanna hydrate a ton beforehand. Well, y'all, that was my ramble. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them in the comments below. This was very much a hodgepodge, and I hope that you got a little bit out of it. Thank you all so much for joining. I will see you on the trails or perhaps on the starting line next time. Bye, guys.